Right, in this video I am going to be showing you how to change the belt, the auxiliary drive belt for the Honda Civic Mark 9. That'd be the 1.6 iDTEC 2014 I've got. They go from about 2014 to about 2018 when I changed to a Mark 10, I think. Right, so another start of this video, I'm going to show another new alternator. If you want to see how I did the alternator on this car. It wasn't that long ago, but it broke already, so I've chosen a different brand. AS Alternator, I guess. I don't know. Denso, I guess. 150 amps, A6667S. It's a serial number. Oh, it's got a serial number as well. That's the serial number. Right. Just for my reference, your reference only. So it comes well packaged. Got that brown plug. And the one I changed a few months ago only lasted a few months before it became rapidly unusable. So quite annoying. I do it again. Chose a different brand. Should have seven on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 grooves. Brand new. Doesn't ask for the old one back. Bought it on eBay, 150. So this one works a bit better, eh? So this end looks like this. That end looks like that. Take them out a bit. Like that. So this top end looks like that. Bottom end looks like that. So this video is about how to put on that pesky belt, but I'll film this first. Right, for how I removed this alternator, checking my previous video, I think I called it something new for old alternator, and I named the 1.6 etc. Right, let's get something straight, the way the belt goes. So obviously, see that pulley there? That's smooth. That sits on the back of a belt. And that's just the water pump, I think. Give it a little spin. Feels okay. Behind there, there's my tensioner right there. There, it's capturing it. With my fingers pointing, there's the tensioner that sits on the grooves. The alternator obviously is not there anymore. So goes over the tensioner, comes backsided to the water pump, comes down, the crank, big crank, comes all the way around to the AC, comes back up the top. In other words, alternator, it's not there anymore. You don't see that tensioner. There's the water pump, goes back down and then back up. Okay, so with a big old tensioner, you need a 19mm. Some people use a ratchet. I just use this end, 19mm spanner, a long one. I can't remember how long this is, maybe 30 some odd centimeters, probably at least 30 centimeters. Alright, and you need an extension bar. So, I've just fashioned a torch and squashed it a bit so it fits. Alternator is back on with the bolts only. So all you need to do is to put all the belt in the way it's supposed to go, as best you can. So the top must go in first. Tricky one is the tensioner. Now I notice the ribs are quite hard to line up. And then make sure you've got the bottom corner panel on the right hand side of the wheel arch just take these two off, and it's sort of dangling a bit like this. Alright, so most of it's in. This one's ready to go, ready to be lined up. So all you need to do is just by hand shove this one in. So the last one to go on is the one for the crank pulley. So that's almost set up. Right, so now I've got the alternator with the bolts back in. Alright, next thing, make sure you line the belt up on the alternator. Make sure the difficult part, lining up the tensioner, the rims on the tensioner is okay. So you can, what I did in the past is I did stuff paper down there, and I might stuff paper down in that gap again, just to push the belt onto the tensioner. Next thing, the belt goes over the crank pulley last. Make sure this is lined up. So everything should be lined up. And let me stuff some kind of firm paper down that gap, just to push the belt onto the rib of the tensioner. In fact, I decided not to stuff paper down in case, because it's a bit wet down in case it melts. The paper melts. Alright, so what I've done is you've got to make sure the ribs are in line with the tensioner's ribs on the top and on the bottom, alright, because that is going to cause problems. So you need quite small hands for this. I'll reach down there, I can feel, and I can see and observe, and you can see it, all the ribs are on, all lined up, and even on the water pumps lined up. Okay, of course, line up with the AC as well. One thing I also did is I pulled the belt this way to tighten it. That kind of kept the tension on, right? So now the AC is not on. Let me see if I can show you what I'm going to do. It's not on, not on. It's just not on because. There you go. Now it's fallen off again. Got a loop over under the water pump. So you need someone to push from above. It's a double, triple check. Spot on. You could take the under tray off if you want. I think I'm going to loop it over the top. Yep. You're going to take up the slack by pushing it on top of the crank pulley. And stay and sit in place a bit better for me. Really just by feel at the moment. Very easy, got it wrong. So you probably definitely need to be very careful with this. Putting all the slack away. So I'm kind of ready for my helper. Waiting for my helper to come round. Off the top. So it's all about preparation. You got to be, really concentrate. I'm really right at the step. I'm just about to do it. So he's lined up. All right. So at this stage, got my spanner on there. I could do with it sitting on there a bit better.
I'll hold it.
No, it's not sitting on there. Okay, sitting on that tensioner nut properly now. I had to take off that pipe. Some more coolant leak, never mind. And now steady help from my brother. So hopefully when he does it, the belt goes all loose.
Oh, you want me to push it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Go on. So
Steady, yeah?
steady. Remember, more force does not equal more.
Yeah.
Moving, is it?
Yeah, it's moving slowly. I'm
Right.
doing it slowly, man.
Right. How many degrees have you got?
Little bit. I'm doing really slow.
Do a bit quicker if you want. You can tie it up.
That maximum.
Yeah. Let go.
Got it till about there.
Yeah.
Is it on?
Yeah. We'll make sure it's on that tensioner pulley. Imagine you cross the ribs, it'll be like a nightmare. Feel it with my hands. Feels good. The water pump feels good. It looks good. That is how you carefully have to do this job. Not easy. The old Mark 8 was a lot easier. I could do it on my own, one-handed. Before I run the engine or anything, just make sure that it's sitting well on the tensioner. It is sitting well on the tensioner. I think if it wasn't sitting on there, well, you wouldn't be able to put the belt on. Things weren't perfect. But just make sure you double check, feel every rib is on, sitting on particularly a tensioner. That is it. So, and then just got to put it all back together, put some coolant in. In the end, put the power back on. Right, that's it.